Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. I got a little DIY project for you here. So what we're doing is we're gonna make one of these little whistles, and you can make these out of aluminum can. I made this out of some thicker material, and they're pretty loud. Pretty loud for what they are. Here's a store-bought. That dude's pretty loud too. But anyway, the Coke can, aluminum can, beer can ones are not as loud as this thicker aluminum, but you could cut one out of tin. You have to use your knife, lay your knife down and baton through it to cut your pieces out of it, which would dull your knife over time, but it can still be done. And a good friend of mine, Mr. James Gibson, puts signaling way up towards the top when he talks about survival skills, because it's a big deal. If you can signal 2 hours into being lost and be found, that's almost just like you were just playing in the woods for 2 hours at that point and you weren't actually lost. But it's a big deal if you can get somebody's attention. And we can't yell, or some of us may be able to, as loud as a whistle. But what I know we can't do is yell as long and as loud as a whistle. It's a lot easier to blow on a whistle than to scream hey or chitty chitty bang bang or whatever you feel like hollering. So to do one of these, it's easy, and I'm just going to use my Leatherman, my rebar. The thing to keep in mind when you make one of these is this area here on the end. You have to be able to cover the whole thing up with your fingers. Like if you hold it like this, it won't work. But if you can cover the whole side of it up, that's where you are pushing that air under this piece and directly over the top of this. Like that. The sound has to go over the air, and it has to go this way. So this size is a good idea. How should I say it? This size has to be big enough that you can cover it with your fingers. If you make it this big, you can't cover it with your fingers. It's not going to work. So you have to be able to close that on each end for it to work. Same deal with this one. Have to be able to completely close that off. And then this part's not a big deal. You can take that off all you want to. So keep this size in mind when you're making it, and that's gonna depend on how long you want to make this guy. So I'm gonna say this dude. It's gonna be long enough. And a good way to get your size, if you want to, is, but get down a stick. Give me a sticky, boy. Where's a stick? Got a stick Dad can have? Come here, boy. So, take a stick, and the piece that's actually going to go in your mouth, I say come down about 3/8 of an inch, and kink that guy over. He's going to focus. So just kink him over 90 degrees. Then take your stick and roll around it like that. So it's going to give you the overall shape. And open it up a little bit. Take your multi-tool. Sorry. And cut it. Be looking something like this, kind of wumpy. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit the camera. Take your pliers and just kind of start bending it. Start getting it into shape there. That's roughly what you want. This shape with this a little taller than this. Then you can tweak it as you get further along in your process. So now we want to cut the piece to go on the front here. And to do that, it just needs to be a little wider on each side than the mouthpiece, so you can fold that around it. So I'm going to go right here, cut that dude. And the first side, I'm just going to get close and go ahead and bend it down. I know I had cut it a considerable amount wider than I needed to. And we'll just bend those up. Man, we got a little bit too excited there. I got a little too excited. There. And what I like to do is take like this piece of fat wood, anything, and put in the, I'll have to cut a bunch of this guy off, which isn't a big deal. But it gives you a gap. So oops, sorry. You can bend this. Put your fat wood back in there. Just so you have, it needs to be enough so you can get airflow under it. That's why I put it there. And then bend it back down. You pull your stick or fat wood or whatever it is back out. You got to, you can pull the whole front all the way off. Clean it out and put it back on there. So what that is going to do is going to direct the air over this way. Nope. Oh, I see what I did now. The distance that it is it's affecting it. So I'm going to make it a little shorter. And put it back together. It's hard doing stuff right in front of the camera. Trying to keep an eye on where I'm at doing this stuff. It's too tight now. So let's take this dude back off. And now I'm going to bend it just a little bit. Try to stuff it back on there. I got to knock these corners off just a shade. Try to get it going again. Well, never had this much trouble making one of these damn things before. This be the best one I've ever made, watch. Pretty good. So, and that was just with the multi-tool, something that we would probably have on our person somewhere in our kit if you needed to do that. The two pieces, one similar to this and one similar to this. With some thin metal, multi-tool. Anyway, that's a little hack there. Wouldn't really call it a hack, just a DIY emergency whistle. Sorry it took me so long to make. Normally it don't take me that long, but I guess the camera adds 5 pounds in 5 minutes to whatever we do, I reckon. Anyway, if you guys would like to, feel free to subscribe and like. It's up to y'all if you want to do the notification bell or not. But I appreciate everyone's support. You can check me out on the Instagram. There's a good bit of content over there, maybe 5,000 posts worth, something like that. My main platform. I'm just trying to get over here on this YouTube and do my thing. But anyway, like, subscribe. Appreciate the support. Whistle on, guys. Later.